จริงไหมที่คนอเมริกันเนี่ยกินแต่จังก์ฟู้ดรู้จักอเมริกันแชร์ไหมไปตัดผมทิปไหม
ทิป
สั่งพิซซ่าทิปไหม
ทิป
ไปนวดทิปไหม
ทิป
จริงไหมที่คนอเมริกันเนี่ยกินแต่จังก์ฟู้ด Not the rest of the world know that you guys eat only junk food
That's y'all think we eat junk food and that's because Americans make the best junk food but most Americans actually cook their own food We deep fry like where I'm from in the deep south we deep fry everything deep fried Oreos deep fried cheesecake
Deep fry Oreo
Yeah we will deep fry cheesecake
Deep fried cheesecake
Yeah we even have Krispy Kreme burgers instead of buns you remove the bread and you use donuts as the bun for the burger
Krispy Kreme burger I can't imagine
But we don't eat this all the time this is like a once a year event right But yeah we make some of the best junk food
กินดีกว่า So to answer your question yes or no it's no right
No but some Americans do some Americans are very unhealthy I like to be healthy
What are the most popular fast food American brands
In America the best fast food is probably Chick-fil-A like chicken sandwiches If we're talking burgers Burger King McDonald's and Wendy's those are the big three
As an American when you go abroad are you proud to be like oh this is my brand from my country like oh American proud You should be proud Are you proud
No
ทำไมแล้ว
I don't want to be associated with obesity and health problems. You know what I mean? Because you know the French and the Europeans already think that about Americans. Oh, we eat hamburgers and French fries. So much more than that. But I am proud of stuff from North Carolina. And there are two things that come from North Carolina that all of you are probably familiar with. The first is Pepsi.
A Pepsi.
And the second is Krispy Kreme. Yes.
มาจาก North Carolina ผมเพิ่งรู้ I didn't know that ประเทศอเมริกาเนี่ยได้ชื่อว่าจ่ายทิปตลอดเวลาคำถามคือไม่จ่ายทิปได้ไหมแล้วถูกมองถูกตัดสินว่ายังไง
Absolutely, it's possible. And a lot of people don't. You're not required to tip, but there's this kind of social contract that you do tip. Like you can just choose not to tip if you don't want to. Some people would call you a jerk if you do that. Other people would say, well, why should I pay their salary? As someone who has worked in the restaurant industry, I tip. I always tip because I know that these people don't make a lot of money. For me, if I can't afford to tip, then I can't afford to eat out. That's my mindset.
Here's my question. Besides tipping a waiter, a waitress, who else should you tip? Like how crazy is it like when it comes to tipping?
I tip my hairstylist. I'll tip them a few dollars.
Okay. A few dollars?
Yeah.
ตัดผมก็ต้องจ่ายเงิน
If I go to a place and I have to pay 700 baht
ไปตัดผมจ่าย700
for a haircut, then maybe I would tip like 100 baht.
100 บาทตัดผม700ทิป100 It's normal in the US.
I guess so. Yeah, perhaps.
Would you do it in Bangkok?
No.
อย่างคนไทยเราเวลาเราสั่ง food delivery เราทิปกันไหมผมว่าโดยปกติเราคงไม่ได้ทิปกัน Do you guys tip food delivery?
I would not tip Uber typically, but I would tip like pizza delivery. Because it changed. When food delivery apps came out, it really changed how food delivery worked. Before that, it was like a family business and they would have a driver, you know, but normally if I'm getting food from a pizza restaurant or I know that it's a driver that's working with that restaurant, I definitely will tip 100%.
ไปตัดผมทิปไหม
Tip
สั่งพิซซ่าทิปไหม
Tip
ไปนวดทิปไหม
Tip in America. No tip.
In America?
No tip.
No tip. Oh really? Why?
It's expensive. It's like $100 for an hour.
Because masses overseas is expensive
Yeah,
already.
I'm not gonna. If I'm already paying $80.
ใช่
I'm not tipping you.
Because Thai massage is cheap here.
Right. So I
Okay,
can tip.
makes sense. ไปซื้อ Starbucks ทิปไหม
My tip.
นั่งแท็กซี่ทิปไหม
Tip. Like Lyft, Uber. Yeah, I tip a little bit. Yeah. If it's a good driver.
นั่งแท็กซี่ก็ต้องทิปบ้านเราทิปไหมทุกคนตอบบ้านเราไม่ทิปนะครับ
Here no.
คือผมว่านะโดยสรุปแล้วการทิปของคนอเมริกันเนี่ยมันก็ยังแบบเป็นเรื่องที่แบบต้องทำอยู่ดีอย่างไทยเราจะทิปก็ต่อเมื่อเราชอบเด็กเสิร์ฟคนนั้นจริงๆเราชอบการบริการของเขาหรือเราไปนวดเรารู้สึกว่าเขานวดดีมากเลยนะเราก็จะทิปหรือแม้กระทั่งเราไปตัดผมอย่างเงี้ย hair stylist อย่างเงี้ยคนไทยเราก็คงไม่ได้ตัดผมแบบเราให้ทิปแบบโอ้โห10-15% 20% มันแบบ that's a lot เขาจะมองว่าคนเสิร์ฟเนี่ยเขาได้เงินเดือนไม่เยอะ like servers don't get a lot of money. That's why we have to tip so they can make a living.
But the difference is that in America, at restaurants, we have one waiter or waitress. That one person creates kind of a relationship, right? Oh, hi, my name's Corey. I'll be taking care of you today. We create a conversation. We talk, right? At least it used to be that way. Now it's maybe some places very fast. But a lot of times it's that one person, that person is taking care of you. If you need something, that person gets it for you. In Thailand, you don't have a specific waiter or waitress. They don't give you the name. It's whoever is at the restaurant. So when you tip, it doesn't feel like it's helping that one person. It feels like you're tipping the restaurant, which is why I think maybe that culture doesn't exist. It's less to the person and more to pizza company, right? And you don't want to get pizza company money. So
you have a point here.
That's my guess. That's my guess.
Good point. Good point. ทำไมบ้านไม่มีรั้ว Why do American houses have no fences between them?
That's tough because it depends on the community. Some communities do have fences. A lot of them don't. American neighborhoods generally are historically we're pretty close in our neighborhoods, pretty small. Like that was our community. We're really close as a community. Historically, we haven't had fences because those fences kind of keep people out. But we like that aspect of community. Now, when you have these massive like suburban areas, there's not so much of a community, but I still think that mindset of not having fences is just there because you trust the people in your community. You don't need a fence. But if you have like a dog or some kids or something, sometimes you'll have a fence in the USA.
สรุปได้เลยนะที่โคลีพูดมาเนี่ยเพราะว่าคอมมูนิตี้เขาอะค่อนข้างรู้จักสนิทสนมกันดีแล้วก็เขาไว้ใจซึ่งกันและกันแล้วเขามีมารยาทโดยที่เขาไม่มา cross แบบ area กันและกัน For us we want to keep people out because we want to be private
Outside, outdoors, people kind of consider that to be more of a socializing area. And remember, like America, the whole thing is that we kind of respect each other's private property. Like if you're on my property, I have the right to defend my property. So I'm not really concerned about you coming onto my property.
ที่โคลีพูดมามี point เลยเพราะว่าผมได้ยินมาว่าเวลาต่อให้เขาไม่มีรั้วก็ตามนะเวลาเราเอาเท้าแบบ step on someone's area you in danger right because someone have the right to shoot you
It depends. Most states, no. You have to like be doing something. Generally, Americans are quite friendly in our communities. You know, you would walk over to people's houses, knock on their doors. You would just walk to your neighbor's yard, talk to them, whatever. But we have the right to defend ourselves if something goes down. Typically, if you, in a lot of states where I'm from in the South, if you cross over to someone's property and you start messing with us, you're on my private property. I can do what I need to do to get you off.
and they arm
Some states you are allowed to use lethal force. Most states you're not. You need a reason. It really depends from state to state. Yeah, it's different.
ที่อเมริกาเนี่ยมีป้าข้างบ้านไหม You went home with a boy like who is he Do you have a boyfriend
Be very nosy, right?
So nosy okay that's the term ป้าข้างบ้าน
We do have those. We have people like neighbors that might be like, "Oh, I saw you had someone over at your house," but they would just comment like on the one that like watches outside. They see everything that's happening in the neighborhood. You know, if there's something small, they'll call somebody. But typically that doesn't happen. No, if in America, most of the time we'd say, just mind your own business.
My own business. Okay, that's a good one. Okay. They even ask like, how much money do you make?
How much money you make?
Like,
We don't do that in the States. Asking about salary, even in families, like we don't. It's something that's very guarded in American society. It's changing a bit now. Right. We do it because we have this idea now that sharing salary, if you don't share how much money you make at a company, the only person that benefits is the company itself.
Really?
Yeah, because they can pay people different wages, and if you don't say anything, people don't know. But if you talk about it, now people know they're going to go talk to the employer and ask about it. If we're getting paid differently, we need to know because I'm not loyal to the company. Why would I care? Company loyalty doesn't really exist anymore in the US.
Speaking of money.
Okay.
ที่อเมริกาเนี่ยดื่มกาแฟ Starbucks เนี่ยถือว่าเท่หรือเปล่าถือว่ารวยไหม
It depends who you are. Some people will look at like all the girls that go to Starbucks and kind of they'll stereotype them as kind of being basic, right? If you drink Starbucks, you're basic because
in the US
yeah, because like just some Becky going to Starbucks and we joke about how like it's a stereotype that white girls, especially in California, go and get their Starbucks every day, whatever.
in the US
Yeah.
if someone goes to Starbucks every day would you consider like a rich person or a cool person
Cool, maybe not, but I would say you probably have money if you.
oh, really?
If you
even
could,
in the US
Yeah, because Starbucks is expensive. It's like $6 to $9 for a coffee, right? And it really depends on how you are about it. If you're just I go to Starbucks and I get a coffee, or I like a cappuccino from Starbucks. That's different than like I need my like white chocolate frappuccino with soy milk and.
can you give me an venti
Right, and they're very specific and particular about their coffee, then I'm just like, it's too much. But if you just go to Starbucks because you like their coffee, that's fine. I don't care. Yeah, sure. Go where you want to go, you know.
รถบัสนักเรียนสีเหลืองเนี่ยมารับหน้าบ้านจริงไหมเพราะในหนังเราเห็นบ่อยมากเลย
Yeah, at least in my experience where I'm from, it was. Typically, they'll drop you off near your house or in front of your house and they'll come pick you up.
Is there any other color besides the yellow high school bus?
Yes, we had white buses and the white ones would be used for like activities. If we were to go out.
Like field trip?
Yeah, like a field trip, they might use white. If they didn't have a lot of money for their school, they would use the same school bus.
Okay, but daily buses would be yellow.
Yeah, daily buses are yellow.
There's always like a bullying scene in a bus like, okay, I hate this guy. I won't let this guy to sit next to me. Does it happen in the
Yeah, it happens.
คือมึงต้องบูลลี่กันด้วยเหรอในรถนะคือ
Yeah, it's a sort of like social hierarchy on the bus. Yeah.
What would be the best position to sit, in a bus?
The back. The back of the bus is
like the gangster.
The back is typically where most people, the cool guys are.
The cool guys
or
sits in the back.
Or the seniors or whatever. The back is always that spot.
คนอเมริกันเนี่ยจูบกันทุกที่จริงไหม In a bus, in the street, ได้ like สยามสแควร์
Sure.
In a library.
More than just kissing in a library.
More than a kissing. What do you mean?
We're better than Europeans about that, though. Europeans will just like make out in public on the train. They'll just be, sucking each other's faces for minutes, and you're like, what the heck's going on? Like in France, they'll do that stuff. In America, we don't do that. Like, yeah, we kiss in public, but it's like a couple of kisses. It's no like making out in public.
Would you do it in Bangkok, in Thailand?
Yeah. Why not? Why would I be afraid to do that? I'm just showing that I care about someone in public. Why would I be embarrassed?
รู้จักอเมริกันแชร์ไหม You know what that is? American chair.
American share.
Chair.
Never heard of that. What is that?
American chair.
Never heard of American share.
Never heard of American chair. Even though Corey เนี่ยอยู่ไทยมามากกว่า1 ปีแล้ว จริงเหรอ
Ding. I don't know. I've never heard of it in my case.
Because if you eat in a restaurant with Thai friends basically, and they want to split the bill, they would say, hey, American chair นะ which means to split the bill individually.
That's funny.
Like let's pay for your own meal. Okay, I'm gonna take care of my own meal. You pay for your own.
In America, we call that going Dutch.
เขาเรียกอีกแบบหนึ่ง
We blame someone else, right? It just goes down the
เรา
line.
บอกว่าอเมริกันแชร์มันบอกว่าคนอเมริกันไม่พูดอเมริกันแชร์เรียก going Dutch. So instead of American chair, you would say, let's go Dutch.
Officially, we would call that going Dutch, but in conversation, I might just say, you want to split the bill.
Let's split the bill.
Split the bill.
Why are there so many homeless people in the US? Why?
I wish I could tell you. There are a good amount of homeless people in Thailand, but compared to America, I think definitely we have more. I think part of it is because of medical insurance. Medical bills are a big thing. The reason that like half of people go bankrupt is because of medical bills. So people will have like hospital bills are so expensive in the US and health insurance is so expensive.
Oh my God.
And so people will lose their homes, they'll lose their houses. Also people go homeless because maybe they get exposed to drugs and then they don't have any support. The thing is in America, we typically don't live with families as much. We live alone, right? If you live in a state that doesn't have good social support because of like maybe conservative policies don't support like welfare or something, if you don't get that, then what are you to do? There's nothing you can do.
ผมว่าประเด็นเรื่อง medical bills เนี่ยเป็นสิ่งที่คนอเมริกันบ่นกันเยอะมากเลยว่า healthcare ที่ US sucks คือแบบมันแย่เพราะถ้าเราไม่ทำประกันไว้นะแล้ววันหนึ่งคุณมีโรคร้ายนะคุณแบบเป็นโฮมเลสได้เลยคุณแบบล้มละลายได้เลยแล้วมันก็ยังเป็นปัญหาที่คาราคาซังอยู่ใน USA ผมว่านะครับเมสเสจที่ผมจับได้แล้วมันลิงก์กับทุกคำตอบที่โครีมันตอบมานะครับผมรู้สึกว่ามันคือคำว่า individualism อ่ะมันคือสังคมที่แบบต่างคนต่างอยู่ you mind your own business ฉันก็จะ mind my own business ของฉันเองไม่ยุ่งกันละกันใครที่อยู่อเมริกาผมว่าคุณมีเรื่องราวเยอะมากที่จะแชร์และแบ่งปันส่วนใครที่ยังไม่รู้เรื่องอเมริกาผมว่าเนี่ยเป็นบทเรียนที่ดีนะในการที่เราจะเข้าใจว่าประเทศอเมริกาเนี่ยเป็นยังไงในฐานะที่เราคุยกับคนอเมริกันจริงๆแล้วคอยติดตามตอนหน้านะครับเราจะทำประเทศไหนฝากติดตามช่อง Slangaholic ด้วยเพราะว่าช่องเราเน้นทำเรื่องภาษาวัฒนธรรมแล้วก็ประสบการณ์ต่างๆคำถามอะไรๆคำถามเนี่ยผมก็ได้มาจากคนดูนะคนดูบอกว่าเฮ้ยมันจริงปะวะเฮ้ยมันถูกปะวะผมก็รู้แค่คร่าวๆแบบ surface level มากๆผมก็เลยอยากเอาคำถามเหล่านี้มาถามเพื่อนต่างชาติว่าเฮ้ยอยู่คิดไงวะแล้วเนี่ยคือคำตอบที่มันตอบมาซึ่งผมรู้สึกว่ามันก็ตรงกับที่เราคิดเยอะอยู่เหมือนกันแล้วมันก็มีอะไรที่เหนือกว่าที่เราคิดไม่น้อยเหมือนกันขอบคุณทุกคนที่ติดตามช่อง Slangaholic นะครับเราจะทำเรื่อง culture ไปต่อจนกว่าคนดูจะเบื่อครับกดติดตามนะครับอย่าเพิ่งเบื่อ